Hey, hope you're doing well. Quick lesson from a student that I had yesterday. There was a big aha moment for her. She had been struggling with playing better against better players and playing much worse against worse players. And she was just kind of caught in this like limbo space where as long as people hit the ball hard to her and they were good players, she would rise to that occasion. But if people were right around her level, which she basically viewed as weaker than her, which is confusing, right? If you constantly raise to people who are stronger than you, then you kind of start to develop this attitude or belief that, well, that's really like the level I belong at. Meanwhile, if the people around your level you view as like much worse, then you start to develop this attitude like, oh man, I just shouldn't even be playing with these people. And it's super frustrating. And so many players get stuck in this trap of like being caught. The in-between players, she didn't have the ability to be confident with. And so she developed an all or nothing mindset, meaning she was either going to play it safe. And so the matches she played against weaker opponents would last hours and hours and hours. The points were long and slow, and she had no confidence in pulling the trigger and being aggressive against the weaker opponents. Meanwhile, stronger opponents would feed her pace, and she was comfortable sending it back. And so she developed these two like totally different personalities, and I saw both of them. I played set play against her. The first set, I played dominant-handed, and I hit the ball strongly to her. And in the second set, I said, well, you're going to play a different player now. I put the racket in my non-dominant hand and just pushed everything, and she became a completely different player. So what's the solution to that? It's throwing out the all-or-nothing mindset. Well, I'm either going to be safe because I really don't want to lose to this weak player, or I'm going to hit strong because I got nothing to lose against this good player, this strong player. And so now I'm going to just swing out and hit the type of shots that I know I'm capable of hitting because there's not really any pressure. Got nothing to lose. I'm just going to go ahead and hit the ball. And so against those players, she would hit good shots or strong shots. And against weak players, she would hit weak shots. And she was creating these two different kind of sides of herself, or these two different personas or sides to her personality as a tennis player. And the big breakthrough idea for her throughout the day was it's not all or nothing. It's not that we should be hitting at a 3 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. No matter who she plays, she should be swinging at a 7 or 7.5 out of 10, maybe an 8 out of 10, somewhere between 7 and 8. And regardless if it's a weaker player or a stronger player, she should strive for that level of confidence and acceleration and length of swing, whether it's somebody who hits weak to her, somebody who hits strong to her. And so it's instead of like jumping back and forth from the extremes, we need to zero in and focus in on what's the highest quality of shot that she can hit consistently and hit that no matter who she plays, no matter what their level is. And is there a time and a place to sometimes go a little slower than that or a little faster than that? Yes, like it's not one size fits all. But if she can't zero in on a quality shot that she can hit repetitively, regardless of the energy coming towards her, she's just going to keep bouncing back and forth, playing really good but losing to really good players, and playing really badly and poorly, not using her full potential, and winning but just barely against way weaker players. And she just kept hopping back and forth, back and forth. And the answer is we got to nail the middle and get really competent, really confident in that 7 to 8 range and hang out there no matter what gets sent her way. And in the afternoon, I replayed her with my non-dominant hand, and she zeroed in on that tempo and pace. In the morning, I beat her. We played 5 games. I beat her 4-1 in the morning, playing non-dominant handed and just like pushing everything and scrapping and running around. And in the afternoon, I played the same pattern, the same style with my non-dominant hand, and she won the first 3 games in a row and like crushed me. No like technical changes, no new strokes, no new skills, but she like just rolled off, bam, 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 3 games. And It was just because of a different mindset and attitude using the same skills that she had. That's what I want for you and every tennis player out there. So hopefully this is helpful, gives you something to think about. Thanks for watching and listening. I'll talk to you again soon.